Hi, Friday night here. Husband and I just got back from a very nice meal, Brown Derby. Not sure if anybody else, if it's a franchise place or if it's just here in Northeast Ohio, but it was very good. Steak and grilled shrimp. Um, my husband's been working very hard this last week. We have to paint the outside trim of the windows, and we have 13 in all. Ugh, I hate painting. And then we got to paint the garage door. So we got all the bottom done, and we're going to take a break, and then we're going to start again on the garage door. That'll be done hopefully on Sunday, and then we're going to start at the top levels, and we have to replace a trim on the top peak where a storm took it off, and I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that yet, but the Lord will provide a way or an answer. So I seen Melissa, I seen your video and the last one you made about Justified. It almost made me want to watch a couple shows, but uh, I I don't watch too much of the TV stuff. Um, I watch Elementary, and my husband and I watch Vikings, and which was really good. And then I watched The Big Bang Theory, and Coco just got done eating, so he's gonna lay down and take a snooze. He got the scraps, so he's a happy camper. So, and basically that's, and I watch tons of videos on knitting and crocheting, and I do watch some of the uh, evangelists that I like. So that it takes time too. And I don't read as much anymore as I used to, and I really would like to get back to that. So I don't know, but I really so am enthralled with knitting and crocheting right now that it's really taken up a lot of my time, and sewing too. But some of the videos I do watch, mostly, well, not at work. I watch them on my iPhone. I watch Denise Schultz, which is Knitting Den, and she's very funny. And I watch a lady called Dixie Grilly, and she's I learn a lot of techniques from her, and she's very good. Of course, pen, hook, and needles. I make sure that they're. And I watch Gnome Acres, um, only because I so love her yarn. I'm gonna buy some. So, um, and I watch Jan Carruthers. She's mostly crochet stuff, but she's very, very good. Knit All the Things with Cara. She's a young girl. She's young in college, and she's so cute, and she's a really good knitter, and so I watch her a lot. Um, Knitty Girl One, which is Heidi from Undead Yarn, and I bought a bunch of her yarn lately, so I'll show you that a little bit later. A new one that I found. Her name is Crafty Kira. She's funny. She's absolutely hilarious. I just She's very engaging, and I watch her and think she's really, really funny. Margaret Olander, sheepishly sharing. I watch her. Of course, Mystery Glow. I watch Judy and Papa Rock whenever she comes on. And Peggy May, I watch her. Um, and Never Cast Off podcast. These two ladies are a scream. They are so funny. Um, I really, really enjoy watching them, and I finally got caught up on all their podcasts. They are just really, really funny. And another one I really like is her name is Sarah Wright, and she's like um, the sock diva. I mean, she she has so many socks on the go, and she makes just beautiful socks, and she's funny, and she's very pretty, and so I watch her too. And Sharon Ohawa, I watch her, of course, with my crochet stuff. And 24 karat crochet, but with 24 karat crochet, I watch it sometimes. And of course, Tilly Trout, she's right up there too. And Yarn in My Coffee, but she doesn't do very much anymore. And Yarnaceuticals with Mary, I like her. She's a very new podcaster, but give her a look because she's really good too. And Yarny Bag Lady, she's been doing mostly cooking now stuff. She does, she shows us, she talks about crochet and stuff, but that's just, a little bit of what I watch each when the new one comes up. And so it was a beautiful day here in Northeast Ohio. Finally, the sun was shining. Now the clouds are starting to move in. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow, which is fine. The bottom windows have been done now for a couple hours. They've got a good chance of drying, so we'll be all set as far as that goes. Yay! So, what I've been doing is I've been sewing. This was supposed to be a purse for myself. I love pleats, always have loved pleats, and I know how to make them now. So I was going to make me a pleated purse, and this is the hibiscus material that I bought with some hot pink, and it has hot pink on the inside. The only problem is the pleats were fine, but number one, I did not make enough of them. So when I sewed, actually made the pleats, it measured, I think, 38 inches. And then when I actually made the pleats, this is what I got. It shrunk it down that much. I wanted it wider, and it's very much taller than what I wanted. So, project bag, one of my better ones, beady. And in it is my sock from the Pen, Hook, and Needles Autism Awareness podcast. They're knit along, and this is my sock. This is the Hermione Everyday Sock pattern right here. Isn't this yarn gorgeous? This is Undead Yarns Autism Awareness. She's out of Austin, Texas. And this is in her Vamphyry base. I got plenty for another sock, and I'm almost done with this one. Beautiful pops of color, absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't do it justice, really. Sort of there. So I'm really thinking about ordering another one. It's so soft, so soft. So that's done. Then I'll have to start the other one. I really enjoyed doing that Hermione Everyday Sock. That was really good. But I did stop because I changed over from DPNs to Magic Loop, and it got lost in a translation somehow, and so it didn't work. So another thing I have on the needles is this is the zippered box bag by what's her name, Melinda. Oh jeez, what's her name? I think I just got rid of her thing too because I can pretty much make it all by myself now. That's really grateful, huh? Yeah, I did. I got rid of it. Oh man. Anyway, this fabric is called Sphinx. It's supposed to be like Egyptian type. And it was my absolute favorite. Absolute favorite. I have never seen the colors so beautiful as in this fabric. And I kept it and kept it. I kept it for at least a good 8 years. 8 years. I did not touch it because it was too pretty to cut. Then I decided that, you never know when you're going to go home. So you might as well use what you got. So, and in it is my husband's pair of socks. These are going to be just vanilla socks. The poor teal yarn that I have, that's been, I've tried so many things to make with this yarn, and it just is not conducive to anything. So I'm really hoping it makes it with these socks. We'll see. I'm doing the two at a time, which I really like doing because it's really nice having a pair of socks done when you're all finished. Okay, the next one on the list is in my drawstring. This is, this is the Messalina shawl by KF Jones, and from Bakery Bears podcast. And this is Sincere Sheep. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is Sincere Sheep. This pinkish purple. This far. Oh, it doesn't look like it at all. Oh, jeez. Doesn't even look it there. So, and then I'm not going to have enough, of course, because I'm almost done with this skein. So then I have this. This was the one decent box from Yarn Box that I got. So that's it. That's Plump. This is Plump by Knitted Wit. She's on Etsy. She makes really good yarn. I'm thinking about going and buying some more of her stuff too, because it's pretty. Actually, that Sincere Sheep stuff pretty, and it's really soft. So that's what's in that bag. This is one that I made Sunday, and this is out of the hibiscus again. And this has a thing. And took my time with this, but the only thing that I missed was the top stitching by the zipper. So anyway, this has a little notions pouch of my Sphinx. This is this houses my mother's, who used to collect when she lived here, elephants. So I'm making her an elephant. The pattern by Sharon Ohala from Amigurumi to Go, and I'm ready to stuff the head. So I'm going to work on that later on tonight. I can pick it up so I don't mess it up. So that's what's in there. Actually, you could fit a shawl in here. I'm pretty much thinking, because this is really one of those doubles. No, it's more than a regular size skein of super soft, but it's not one of the 1-pounders. You know what I mean? It's like it's in the middle of there, and it has, it's a pretty good sized bag. Then, oops, I forgot to put that in. Okay, put everything in. I've got too many things on the go again. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, now 5. This is my sweater bag that I made myself. I tried to make a wedge. I tried to make a wedge bag, and no, I didn't. I don't think I made it. It certainly doesn't look like a wedge, but it's big enough for a sweater. So I'm using and this one does have top stitching. I'm using Stacy Perry's first knit a woman sweater, raglan sweater. It's very, very beginning stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be for my daughter. And I bought 3 skeins from Undead Yarn, Heidi. This is in her werewolf base. This is called Tree Beard. It's 100% merino, 400 yards. It's a DK weight. Okay, now this is squishy, but it's not too terribly soft. I mean, it's not. And Penny Winnie from Knit One Heart 2 said that you should put, yarn underneath your chin here because this is the softest spot to see if it's going to itch. It doesn't itch me. And if it doesn't itch me, I know it's not going to itch my daughter. But so this is green with black. It's supposed to be black flecks, but it's not black flecks. It's like a, it just gets darker and then it gets lighter. I think she'll love the color. I really do. And of course she'll like that I tried to make something for her. So I got 3 skeins. This one I don't like the most. So this is going to be the last one that I use, and I hope I don't have to use it type of thing, you know what I mean? I don't know why I don't like it the most, but I just don't like it the most. So, and of course, they're one lot at a time, so they're all going to vary. But they're all going to, this sweater's going to live in this thing. So that's pretty cool. And then I bought these yarns earlier, and from Heidi. I bought them the same time I bought the Autism Awareness. These are in her Vampiri base. This is Purple Vein. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 462 yards, fingering. So this could be another sock because in her picture that she took, of course, and I know these are all like not so one of a kind, but they're not all going to be the same because, they're just different. She does them differently. But the one she showed had a little bit more pink than this. This is really dark. There's some pink in there. So I'm not sure what I'm going to make now. This is something that it hasn't talked to me yet, so I'm just waiting. And this one I love. This is the Undead Yarn. This is called Pennywise. Same thing, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 462 yards. Same thing. But these colors are just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I really love the coral here. And there's a green in here that is, it catches your eye. You know what I mean? I don't know why. And of course the blues, I already thought blue. But so those are my latest acquisitions of yarn. Like I said, if you go on No Makers, she has absolutely gorgeous yarn. Gorgeous yarn. I'm going to get some of that. I know I'm going to get some of that. Not necessarily for sock, because she does all kinds of stuff, but definitely going to get some of that. I have tried my hand at learning how to knit continental style. Number one, these needles are way too big, and they're too heavy. And all my, not all of them, I haven't tried yet really on DPNs, which are smaller. I don't know why, but I just haven't tried it. I really want, they say it's faster to knit that way. And I'm usually ambidextrous on most other things. I can do things with my left hand, no problem, but it seems that I really can't get the tension of the yarn that I need to do this. I don't wrap it around something right, but other than that, that's pretty much, that's all that's been going on. Oh, I bought this this knitting magazine a while ago. I think I bought it back in, was it October? Oh, it was fall of 2014, so I know I can show it. Anyway, it has this blanket on here. I absolutely love. No. Anyway, It has this. And I have the yarn for it. It's not green though. Bronte lace shawl. Isn't that gorgeous? I have the lace weight for that. I really do. I even have the needle, the US 6 circular. The only thing is, and this is what it looks like. Well, I guess you're not supposed to show this, right? Okay, here we go. I get my finger off of it. Isn't that just beautiful? Oh, anyway, it has this, which I've never done charts ever before. Like right here, it says where it's dark, it says no stitch, but then it's like, you cast on 78 stitches and then all of a sudden there's no stitch here. What do? You just start in the middle here? That makes no sense to me. I could take it to my local yarn store. In fact, I just might, because I really want to make it, and I have this really beautiful, stuff. Where's this? Oh, it's a cabled comfort. And I want to make it in that color. I really do. Even though I have a dog that would make it brown in like 2 seconds. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Oh, and I love doing cables. I really, really do. I think cables are awesome. So anyway, this takes 10 skeins of well, you're going to need like 1,500 yards, 1,550 yards of. That would be quite expensive, I'm thinking. But man, is that beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, I've been keeping this magazine around because I really want to make them. I really, really do. So, I also think this is really pretty too. I think maybe my daughter would like that as well. But that's intermediate. Anyway, it's called Plum Twist. I could do that. I think out of my werewolf base. I think that's really pretty. So, does that have a... Oh, goody, that doesn't have a chart. That may be what we need. So, anyway. That's about it. That's about it. That's all I have, and we're at 23 minutes. Like I said, I did make one earlier, but it was right before we went to dinner, and I was rushing, and I wasn't able to talk. So, I understand what you mean, Judy, about, the knitting podcasts and stuff, but I mean, knitting is a big part of our life, and as long as you're on here and, we're able to talk, hear you talk, and yeah, and see some of the things that you've seen on your travels, and, and just root you on and cheer you on when you do stuff. It doesn't really matter, just like hearing you guys talk. So, Melissa and Papa Rock, and you keep them coming, Judy. So, I hope you guys all have a good weekend. Bye.